Welcome to the closing of the 5th Summer Enrichment Program for the Rebuild Detroit program. My name is Jacob Kagi. I am a professor in the biology department here at the University of Detroit Mercy, and I have drawn the short straw and get to MC today. So the very first thing I'd like to do is bring up one of the co-PIs of the Rebuild Detroit grant, Dr. Ashok Kumar.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. And thank you, Jacob. So I hope you guys are very excited to start your college. So on behalf of Rebuild, Wayne State and UDM, I really welcome all of you, all the parents over here, excited to see their child finishing one part of our Build programs. So it's really an exciting time. So how about you? Are you guys excited to go to college? Yes. Say yay! Great, perfect. So first of all, again, congratulations on finishing the SEP successfully, and we're very proud of you guys. And as you step into the college, so you had to make a commitment, okay? So you want to thrive or you want to survive in the college, okay? It's a very different things, thrive or survive. So if you choose to be, I really want to thrive in the college. So use your time very wisely. You know, there's a common saying: people who fail to plan, they plan to fail, right? So the time is the most important assets you will have. I mean, we all have. The time is the most important assets. So choose your company, choose your friends, choose your colleagues very wisely. Whether your company, whether they are taking towards your goal or they're taking away from your goals, you have to make that distinction very early on. And one of the common sayings, you know, which is my son, which is a rising freshman in high school, and he always says, whether you want to hang out with eagles or you want to hang out with turkeys. That make a huge difference, all right? But on the other hand, this is your community. So you have your own very strong community, and then of course then you interact with other people, other students in the college. And you know, and I can guarantee you, if you put an effort, there will be a result. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. So you have to work really hard. There's no question about it. Now, in life, whether you want to work hard now, you have to work hard no matter what. Whether you work hard right now and have a beautiful life, or you have to work hard later in your life. So you cannot escape the hard work. I can guarantee you that. So, but if you work hard right now, you have energy, you are young, you can do a lot of things. And I always give a sort of an examples to when, you know, my kids, they always say, oh, Dad, my mom shouted me every single time. I said, what did you guys do? Well, she has been telling me to do certain things and you are not listening. I said, how many times she told you to do that? She said, at least 3-4 times. Yeah, of course you will shout, right? So same thing is when our build staff ask you to do certain things, please do it in a first or second attempt. If they ask you to refill a survey, just do it right away, or tell them, okay, we'll be doing it. So otherwise, they have every right to shout at you, all right? And this is something, you know, I feel as a mentor, as a build staff, our role is really to guide you, you know, just to show the path. But that's not my journey, it's not their journey. The journey you have to walk yourself, okay? We are here to support you, we are here to show you a path, but you have to walk your journey. We can't walk it for you. And one of the best examples you can think of when you go to a pottery, if you visit the pottery, and they make the clay and they spin the wheels. So what we're doing basically is our job is really, and when they make a pot, they put one hand inside and then outside they tap it to make it in a shape. So our role is really, we are tapping you. So if we are saying something to you, think about that you are getting in a shape. Okay, but inside hand is basically that's our support. We will not let you break. Okay, so inside hand is this: we will not let you break, but we are putting those tapping around you, because imagine that those things which we are doing is we are shaping you. We are shaping you to be a good student. We are shaping you to be a good citizen. We are shaping you to be good human beings. So always remember, and I will be very worried if somebody is not tapping me, really. So and we are fortunate to have wonderful parents, right? And some people don't even, you know. They are the biggest asset. They have the best interest. So they have the best interest of you. And we are also we'll be the second layer. We also have the best interest of you. We really want all of you to succeed in college. and do wonderful things. That's our really the goals, and I encourage all the parents as well. Please help, because they will be interacting with you a lot more than us. So it's also your responsibility to engage in their activity. Ask them what they're doing. Don't just ask the grades. Ask them every single day or week whenever you meet. Tell me how is school going, what new things you are learning, right? So keep them engaged and try to give them the minimum responsibility. I always tell my kids, say, you have no job other than studying and doing well in your school. That's it. That's your job. I will take care of all other things, right? So I urge all the parents, please don't give them any extra jobs, and just tell them that's your job. Your only job is to do well in the college. And with this one, I say all the best, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the college and interacting you all the times. And again coming back to the favorite thing is help, right? Don't be afraid to ask for help. Asking help is not a weakness. Okay, don't ever think that, I'm asking help, people will judge me, I'm so weak. I ask so many help from KD, my staff, because I don't know, I'm new to the programs. So I'll always ask for help. Help is such a wonderful word, and it's underutilized. So anything comes in your personal life, your education, college, ask for help. Just say, I need help, and people will be willing to help you. And with this one, again, all the best, and thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Kumar. Today is a celebration, recognition, looking forward, and we want to take the majority of the time today and really take time to celebrate everything that's gone over the past 7 weeks. One thing that I get the honor of doing today is thanking all of the faculty and staff and external people that came in and dedicated their time and talents to the past 7 weeks of the summer program, both here at Detroit Mercy and at Wayne State. Now that list would be a bit long for everyone to go through, but I did want to take a moment and recognize the core group of people that work behind the scenes. The summer program started on June 24th this year? Yes. Yeah, see, you guys said burned into your mind. Started on June 24th, but I promise you the planning started well before that. And this year, Jennifer wins the award for already talking about next year's SEP at the closing ceremony of this SEP. It's good. But I did want to at least take a moment to recognize these people. Some of them you've seen every single day, some of them you've seen intermittently throughout the SEP, but this is the group of people that started and will start next week on next year's SEP. So Melanie Wallach, Victoria Straub, Jennifer Tabb, Mark Van Berkom, Leah Agason, Teresa Lindsay, Liz Roberts-Kirchhoff, Jonathan Rhodes, Lon Ma, Josra Mazo II, Eric Sanders, Tommy Smith, and Tyresa Stevenson. So this is the group that really put everything together. We now have time in the program where we hear from two of the scholars from the summer. So first, from Wayne State University, I'd like to invite up Ozi Ukandu.
Hi guys, I hope you guys are all doing well. My name is Ozi Ukandu, and as it was said, I am a Rebuild Scholar from Wayne. But a little bit about myself, I plan on studying biology for undergraduate. I also plan on doing research as well as attending medical school. Okay, it's okay, I can go without it. As well as attending medical school, my goal is to be a gastroenterologist because I really am interested in the digestive tract. But I'm very grateful to be here. And first and foremost, I want to thank everyone in my cohort, people at UDM and at Wayne. I couldn't have asked for more supporting and caring cohort that are genuinely interested in the field of science and medicine. These past 7 weeks have taught me many lessons, both academic and non-academic, but it has ultimately showed me what I'm going to be facing in the future. From conducting climbing assays in biology with fruit flies to doing titrations in chemistry, I have gotten just a little perspective on what it's like to be a scientist. Even if the path to that future that I'm trying to achieve is unclear and challenging, I know that I have 31 other scholars who can relate to my struggles which is truly something unique that this program has given me. One of my favorite aspects of the summer was our critical thinking and philosophy class. I really enjoyed that class. I always look forward to it. Our teacher was so enthusiastic about what he was teaching. He loved it. You can tell that he was really interested in teaching us, and we were really interested in learning, because personally for me, it was something that I had never experienced in high school. So it was really something that I might even, take a few classes of philosophy in the future, because it had that big of an impact. But yeah, so it was so intriguing to me, and I also enjoyed the Fridays at UDM. I love the things that we do. I feel like we should definitely have a lot more times where we get together, because I think it's very important to represent one cohort. Even though we are Wayne and UDM, we are all, one cohort, cohort 5. So yeah, and I also love the passionate speakers, because a lot of what they were saying, I knew that they loved talking about it, and it made me think about how, one day I want to be passionate about something that I'm researching that much, to be able to teach to other people and mainly and ultimately inspire people. But lastly, I want to thank all the faculty and staff, as well as my fellow scholars here for making this summer fun, educational, and special. And I can't wait to see what next year has in store for us. Thank you.
I'm just gonna keep trying it. All right, I now have the distinct privilege of introducing the scholar who has the distinct privilege of introducing our keynote speaker. So I'm like 3 degrees removed here. This is great. So I'd like to invite up Zachary Cotton.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Zachary Cotton. I'm a member of Cohort 5 of the Rebuild Detroit program at the University of Detroit Mercy. Today I have the honor of introducing our keynote speaker, Dr. David Banks. Dr. David Banks was born and raised in New York City and now lives in Germantown, Maryland. Dr. Banks has obtained 5 degrees over his lifetime, 2 bachelor's degrees, one from Lemoyne College in New York, one from Georgetown University, 2 master's degrees, one from University of Texas at Austin, one from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. And finally, a Ph.D. in Human Development from the University of Maryland College. He has also taken advanced courses in Spanish at institutions in Costa Rica, Panama, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. Also, he is a registered nurse by the DC and Maryland Board of Nursing. After receiving extensive education and becoming a registered nurse, Dr. Banks decided to take his talents to the research lab. He is a nurse scientist that has done research in a variety of fields. Once he has completed his research, Dr. Banks publishes articles and journals based off his findings. Some of these article topics range from the severity of HIV, AIDS, domestic violence, substance abuse, even to elderly care. He's the training officer at the National Institute of Nursing Research, guiding those and mentoring those who are in the training programs there. Dr. Banks is on the NIH Advisory Committee and the Enhancing the Diversity of NIH-funded Workforce Group. In addition to being a researcher and training officer, Dr. Banks is a part-time professor at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, University of Maryland College, and Catholic University of America Metro College. Please join me in welcoming Dr. David Banks.
Thank you very much, Zachary. That is how you do an introduction. Zachary told us who he was. This is a research environment, so he gave my research qualifications. That is a round of applause for Zachary and his homework. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I want to bring greetings on behalf of the National Institutes of Health. Dr. Francis Collins is the director of the National Institutes of Health. He, Dr. Hannah Valentine, and several other senior executives at the National Institutes of Health conceived of the BUILD program. Nationally, a competition was held. 10 sites were chosen. One of them, the University of Detroit Mercy, and you should be proud of that. The National Institutes of Health is a consortium of 27 institutes and centers. The National Institute of General Medical Sciences, under the direction of Dr. Allison Gammy and Dr. Michael Sesma, along with Dr. Mercedes Rubio, manages and implements the BUILD initiative nationwide. We are extremely grateful, and I bring you greetings on behalf of them. So thank you very much. As Dr. Kumar said, your time is valuable. I want to deal with 3 people in the audience, those family and friends of the student scientists themselves, and the staff and the faculty. A brief message for each, and then we will go on with our celebration. So, let's get the hands raised of those individuals who are family and or friends of the student scientists. We want to thank you. You are so important. Let me tell you that without you, we wouldn't be where we are today. Whether it's driving us to specific places or paying the bills, we are extremely grateful and look forward to your continued support as these student scientists move through and do the work that they're going to do. Here we have a picture of my mother, my friend, on the left-hand side. I'm going to ask the student scientists in a minute where I am in this picture. To the right of that picture is my grandmother, and in the middle, my grandmother's partner. These were the 3 women that raised me in New York City. Amazing individuals, just like the friends and family of the student scientists seated here today. You are amazing. You don't know it, but as Diane Reeves said, when you ask those questions over and over again, you were training the scientists that you see today. You didn't know it back then, and you were annoyed by those questions. But we are grateful that you answered them. And that's why your child is sitting here today, because you answered those questions, you fostered that sense, just as Doris Brown Banks on the left here answered my questions. Where do the stars go during the day? You've had similar questions, and we are so very grateful for your answering those questions. To the right is my doctoral graduation picture in 1992. The gentleman you see to my left is Inspector Rod Cato. He was the Assistant Chief of Police of the District of Columbia when we graduated. He started our doctoral program in 1974. Just like him, some of you will persevere and have to be in school a while, but it's going to be worth it. I'm assuring you, and I'm going to show you in a little bit what I'm talking about. Again, extreme gratitude to the friends and family. Continue to do what you are doing for these students. It is making a difference, and we are grateful. The most important factor for you as student scientists is to have mentors who are setting your path. When I say mentors, I'm not just talking about academic individuals. I'm talking about your whole life. Having people who can give you a comprehensive set of information that you are going to find useful as you make decisions, from everything about who you date and marry to where you live. You need advice, you need counsel, and I assure you, you will make some mistakes. But if you take good heed to the words your mentors are sharing with you, you will make fewer mistakes along the way. These are just a couple of sets of my mentors. I have some of my high school classmates up in the top left. We continue to be in touch. These are the National Institute of Nursing Research's career development trainees. These are my mentees who are around the country doing research early in their careers. They're assistant professors moving forward. Here I have some of my fraternity brothers who continue to mentor and guide me on everything from where the good golf courses are to how to handle particular situations at work. The gentleman in the pink shirt, salmon, they wear salmon, we don't wear pink. The gentleman in the salmon shirt is an engineer. He's not a research scientist, and he's from Detroit. He went to the General Motors Institute in Detroit, earned a master's degree from Catholic University, and he continues to be an important mentor in my life. The mentor in the top right-hand corner was an advisor at my undergraduate institution. He guided me into a graduate program in social work and continued to fund another family member of mine, a true mentor. He put his money where his mouth is. You want to identify mentors who believe in you. As student scientists, that is a critically important thing for you to do. Now, let's get to the gist of why I am here. To inspire you, everybody take out a dollar bill. If you don't have one, that's an issue. We should talk. Take out a dollar bill. For those of you who don't have a dollar bill, I put one here on the screen. On the back of the dollar bill is written a Latin phrase. That phrase means God approves of your undertaking. Those things that you focus on and keep in your mind will come about. Everything you see in our physical realm started in your mind. The eye of the mind. If you look on that dollar bill, you will see a pyramid. In the middle of that pyramid, you will see an eye. The eye of the mind means keep yourself focused on what your goals are. Your goals as a student scientist are to become a nurse scientist, a physician scientist, or some other kind of researcher scientist. Keep your mind and eye focused on those as your goals. One of the advantages you have is that when you focus on those goals, your lifetime earnings are going to be triple that of the high school colleagues you just left behind. These data are from the Social Security Administration in Washington, D.C. They illustrate, no research presentation is complete without a graph, so you have to have a graph if you're a researcher. But what this graph shows you is that even when you control for demographics such as race, age, gender, you make 3 times as much over the course of your lifetime if you attend and earn a graduate or professional degree. If that doesn't motivate you to become a researcher, I don't know what else to tell you. You want to think about yourself in that role as a scientist, looking at the data, applying it to your life, and taking the blessings that are bestowed upon you and leveraging them. That's a term that means to take what's given to you and move it further in your own development. I want to close with a word for primarily the staff and the faculty, but all of us. We live in an increasingly diverse society, which is calling on us to engage with individuals who may not be similar to us in many regards. That is going to call on us to have a set of interpersonal skills that we may not yet have developed. This is a tool, it's called Project Implicit. What it is it's a test which will allow you to become aware of your biases in certain areas. I'm going to encourage staff and faculty particularly, but each of us to go into this website, and this presentation will be made available to you so you have that, so that you can learn what your biases are. You want to know this as you begin interacting with individuals from these areas. You are blind. You are not yet aware of some of the biases you have towards individuals with green fingernail polish. But you need to be aware of that because people with green fingernail polish are going to show up in your lab at your place of employment. And how you interact with them, your interpersonal skills are directly proportional to your ability to succeed. And so by becoming aware of your unconscious biases through this and other measures, you're going to learn where you need to work on yourself and your skills so that you can be a successful researcher and scientist, or if you're a staff member or faculty, so that you can be a successful staff member. Again, congratulations to you for having completed this summer program. You are poised and ready to be a part of the biomedical research workforce for the future. You're going to save lives, literally. You are going to save lives through the work you do. It is really important. And I salute you. I commend you for the decisions that you've made, the sacrifices that your family and friends have made. And I stand ready to support and assist you in any way, shape, or form. You've got my contact information there, and it'll be sent out in the PowerPoint. Again, continued happiness and blessings. I look forward to our continued day of celebration. And speaking of celebration, I'd like to ask Jennifer to join me here so that we can get into...
Let the games begin. So, hi, my name is Jennifer Tabb. So I am the program coordinator and student coordinator for the Wayne State students. But I have had the pleasure of working with the University of Detroit students over the summer, and we will continue to work with one another throughout the year as well. Some of you guys I might even see next Saturday at our cycling event, so that will be fun. But just to give you guys a brief overview of what the Let the Games Begin is and kind of why we decided to implement it this year. We got feedback from students over previous years that we really wanted to have a connection with our Wayne State students and our Detroit Mercy students. So at the onset of the students working with one another, which took place at our welcome reception, we started our first challenge. So some of your parents were here, some of your family members were here, and we're able to see you guys start your first challenge. And then every week thereafter until the first day of the program, our orientation on June 24th, as some of you guys shouted out earlier, we had challenges every week to kind of keep you guys in contact with one another as an effort to help build that cross-consortium relationship. So we're hoping that that will continue. And so that's why we've also implemented some service projects throughout the year to help keep you guys connected. And so we have a short little video, I believe, that will give you guys a little bit more information about Let the Games Begin. So the video gives you guys an overview of the different teams that were developed at the onset of the summer program. And so there are 3 teams that kind of triumphed over the other teams to be the sort of champions of the different challenges that we had in place each week throughout the summer. So Dr. David Banks will be joining me in identifying who those 3 teams are.
So, I know you are in suspense, but let me work with you around that. We've got our 3rd place winners, the bronze group of mad scientists. Our silver 2nd place award team are the lab rats. And the final team that we'd like to present an award to today, although we do know that as scientists, they are going to make 3 times as much money over their lifespan as the others, so everyone is an actual winner. The gold team, the fighters.
So inside your bags, just so everyone knows, so we can withhold the suspense of what did they get in those cool bags. So as a part of one of their challenges, they had to identify their favorite snacks. So in there are your favorite snacks. So Maria, the baked shrimp chips are in there. So Kennedy, she likes sugar-covered strawberries. So there's a DIY little package in there where you can make your own sugar-covered strawberries. Zachary, I think he's known as Cookie Monster. So there's some chocolate chip cookies in there. And Destiny likes the Flamin' Hot Ruffled Chips. So those are in there for you guys. And then there is also a gift card, as well as a cool USB/pen. And then there's a special invitation for you guys to have lunch with the judges of the Let the Games Begin program. So you guys will get to have lunch with us next week. So congratulations, everyone did a great job. So you should all be very proud of yourselves.
All right. That was wonderful. Thank you very much. Before we get to our concluding remarks, I do have a logistical piece that before all of the scholars go towards the food and friends and family and camaraderie and celebration, we're asking that everybody goes just to the front of the architecture building on the steps for a big group photo, and we'll include Dr. Banks as well, so you don't quite get to go for the food just yet from there. All right. And so if once we conclude here, if everybody can meet out there for our group photo, and then there is food and fellowship and reception and everything afterwards from there. But before we finish, I'd like to introduce the PI of the Rebuild Detroit Grant and the Dean of the College of Engineering and Science, Dr. Katie Snyder.
I know I'm between you and the food and everything else. I will be brief. First of all, I want to thank all of you guys for spending your summer with us. I know that requires a sacrifice. Your friends might have been out doing something else. Maybe they were working, maybe they were out on the beach. You guys were here spending time learning and getting to know folks here. I hope that this experience has been valuable for you, that you feel coming into your first semester at college, that you feel maybe a little bit better prepared, that you know some people, you've spent some time maybe developing some skills, getting to know the campuses, having a group of students and staff and faculty that get to know you and you know them already, even before you're going to start your classes. That's a pretty unique experience. I can tell you that the other freshmen that are going to be coming here and at Wayne in the fall will probably be looking to you for advice about where is this building and what do you know about this, and I'm having some trouble in my class. Do you have any suggestions? You guys really have a jump start on your successful college careers, so I hope that you do find that experience valuable. I'm again grateful to your parents and your families and friends to lending you to us for the summer. It's been a great experience. Let me tell you that this Rebuild Detroit grant is something special. Those of us that are involved in this, we are grateful to be involved in it and to get to meet students like you who are really amazing and inspire us and really remind us why we got involved in higher education in the first place. So it is so inspiring to get to meet you and to see what you're doing and to see how you guys grow and change and are challenged and meet those challenges every day. So we're grateful for you to share with us your experiences. If you have, every year, we were just talking about this, every year we've changed the summer experience. So, and that's from advice that we get from students that have gone through it, that have said, this is something that I think might be useful for you guys as you look to do this better. And that's what we always look to do. In higher ed, we're looking to do things better. So your feedback is really important to us on that. The other thing that I hope that you guys got out of this is that you've made great friends and that you really feel like you have a support group to lean on. We hope that as you go into your first year, and a number of people have said this, that you really do ask questions, that you know that people are here to support you. We want to see you be successful, and we're living through you. We want you to be successful. We're looking for your success, and we want to do whatever we can to help you, whatever that looks like. So please don't hesitate to reach out. We all have been through the experience of being a first-time freshman, trying to find our way. Every day there's a new challenge that comes on, and we're trying to be brave enough to ask for help ourselves, and you inspire us when you're able to do that too. Plus, we got in this for a reason. We want to help. So think about doing the favor you're doing for somebody else when you ask them for help, and you help reinforce why they've chosen to go into this profession in the first place. So you're doing us a favor when you're asking us for help. So don't hesitate to do that. I hope that you've got a little bit better sense of maybe what scientific research might look like, what career options you might have that you never knew about before. And from what Dr. Banks talked about, the value of those going into those careers. These are careers that you could make a good living at. I don't know if you remember that chart, those charts that Dr. Banks put up. Also, I don't know if you realize how much shorter the female side was. Let's make a difference there, all right? So I'm glad to see how many of you are here, and that's just something for all of us. For all of us can make a difference in this as we try to advocate for each other and support each other going into these kinds of careers. So again, thank you for your time. Hope you guys had a great summer experience. I'm in the dean's office on the first floor in the engineering building. Don't hesitate to come by and see me and say hi. I'm going to try to get out and see you guys as much as I can as well. Please go have some, before you have lunch, go have some pictures taken in the front of the architecture building, and then come on back for something to eat. Thank you very much.